Shooting it raw?
Yes. Shooting it raw.
Well, it's a means of illustrating a story. Sometimes it's the entire story if it's done properly. As a journalist, I was never a photographer. Sometimes I was a writer who had to take pictures, and that's a definite distinction. I can take a good picture if it presents itself to me, but I've seen professional photographers create a picture, and that is a skill that I am amazed and baffled by, and vaguely am envious of.
Okay. Well, Brent Olson, first of all, thank you for joining me on the podcast. I don't know anything about you. I don't research. I don't look at the photos until I meet the person. And then all I do is share the person's energy and interest and ideas and experience. And yeah, really great to meet you and welcome to the podcast.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. Okay, so what city are you in right now?
I am 180 miles from the closest city.
Okay.
I live in western Minnesota, which is on the edge of what 100 years ago was called the Great Plains of the United States. Minnesota is in the north and in the middle of the United States. Okay. The county I live in is Big Stone County.
Okay.
And it is roughly the size of Hong Kong, and 5,000 people live here.
Oh, wow.
I
Have you been to Hong Kong?
have never been to Hong Kong. I had a gig in China, but in Hangzhou.
Okay.
But I've never been to Hong Kong.
So one of the great things about these conversations is that like you live your life, you have your thing going, and then you'll say some things. And so you say journalist, you say you lived in Hangzhou, you lived in China as a gig. This is going to be great. This is really, really good to meet you. I'm really fascinated. This is awesome.
Well, the China thing was, I had a buddy who was teaching school there, and I got an email from him. He said, and he was saying a bunch of other stuff, and he said, well, you should come to China and teach my kids a writing class.
Oh, wow.
I was like, yeah, that'd be fun, ha ha ha. And then 5 minutes later, I was corresponding with one of my editors at Meredith Corporation, a big media corporation in the United States. And I put a PS on it, and I was writing for Successful Farming, which was the biggest farm magazine in the United States.
Oh,
and
wow.
I put a PS on it. I said, hey, and you should send me to China, and I could write an article about soybeans or something.
Oh, wow.
And I was joking.
Mhm.
And 10 minutes later, I got an email back from him saying, what's a ticket to China cost?
Nice.
And that was the amount of planning that went into it.
So is life really a gift? Really? Can you make every second count? That's the whole point of the podcast. So if you like what you've seen and you're inspired, because that really is my mission, then please give it a like, subscribe, and share.
Shooting it raw?
Yes. Shooting it